Eh. Yes, welcome to Eberron. Thank you guys very much for joining me for another campaign. I don't know how you keep putting up with me, but you do.
No comment.
We love you, Jet.
Eberron here takes place primarily on the continent of Corvair, which was once a massive unified kingdom, but after a succession crisis and 100 years of war, has split up into about a dozen uneasy neighbors. This massive war ended inconclusively after many, many years of fighting. Nobody's really happy about it. But it is very much over now. And many people are trying to find some sort of normality. Maybe, hopefully. I might be a little slower because I'm still trying to figure out how the music works for sure. Please don't.
I feel like I should be holding a cocktail.
Honestly, same.
We will be joining everyone on an airship bound for Sharn, the biggest, most populous city in the land of Corvair, as some people who have been away from, maybe they've never been to Sharn, maybe they're trying to return home after now that the war has ended, but they have one way or another begged, borrowed, or stolen to get on this very fancy airship.
Don't
No?
worry about it. It's supposed to look like that.
What's happening?
We are on fire, I think. Are we on fire?
Oh, no. Here's a fun thing. The airships in Eberron,
Are just all on fire.
I will find you guys a better picture. So the airships on Eberron fly using magically harnessed elementals.
Oh.
So they basically stuff a fire elemental into a rocket engine and then launch the airship into the air.
That sounds like some kind of rules violation. What could go wrong with that? You know, that seems pretty foolproof and safe and
They magically do stuff that makes it not do that.
even God himself cannot sink this ship.
So that's what it looks like from outside. It's just this massive ring of fire.
That's pretty sweet. Can you toast marshmallows on that? Will they like put you in the brig if you try to?
It's a little like outside the range to be able to do that. Like you'd have to like get like a 12-foot pole.
That's fine.
Okay, that. It is very early in the morning still on New Year's Day, the 1st of Sharn-it, in the year 998, nearly 1,000 years since the foundation of the Kingdom of Galifar, which doesn't even exist anymore. So why are we using the calendar? Who knows? following a small New Year's celebration on the deck of the ship. The ship is now only a few hours away from arriving at Sharn. And perhaps some of the passengers on board are willing to head up onto the deck and maybe get a first look at the city. Pretty early in the morning, like before sunrise.
Should we drop our token if we are?
Yes.
Are there any particular places? Because this is like an enclosed deck, right?
No.
No?
So this area over here is enclosed. These are like the captain's cabin and passenger cabins.
Okay.
But everything else, the regular deck. Nope, that's open air.
Okay.
They're a bar.
There is not.
Dang.
The New Year's celebration was just an informal little passing around of a wine bottle.
I must have brought my own booze because I've been drinking heavily the whole time we've been on this ship.
Same.
So like, is the New Year's celebration like freshly ended? Like, is it 12:03 or like?
No, it's closer to like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Okay. Nah, I'm probably awake. Just because,
How dark are the passenger rooms?
There's lighting in each one there, however, if you could flick it on or off.
Okay.
Is this like a common, or no, that's got a bed, right? Is this a captain's quarters?
That's the captain's quarters.
Okay, well, guess I'll be going over here.
If anyone would like to take this moment to introduce their character, that'd be super. If not, I'll start just going down the list. Again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy, just like, oh, I'm over here and my name is this and I'm doing this.
Does anyone want to go first? I can. All right. All right, I'll start. I'm Dude. I'll be playing Tommen Patch. Tommen has been awake all night. He's been pacing around the ship. He was at the celebration, and he's been very personable and very friendly with anyone who is willing to talk to him. He seems amicable, and he's dressed a bit fancily. Not so much that he's obviously wealthy, but enough that he comes off as a bit of a dandy. Right now, he's just looking over the ship at the horizon, looking at Sharn for the first time, and he's generally always seen smiling. Right now he is.
Well, I'm X. I'm playing Shoshana Dushanok. She is mostly kept to herself for this entire voyage. Quiet. Not necessarily stayed in the room. She's been about the ship, but always kind of on her own, out of the way. She has, one way or another, been drinking quite a lot tonight. She was at the celebration. She's probably been nursing that wine for several hours. And she is pretty tall, long, plain dark brown hair. She's wearing a long gown that it's nice, but it's not like decorated. And a equally long, slightly more decorated shawl just to dress it up a little because it's cold. I assume out in the middle of the night. She's been out here all kind of, she's not like eagerly Titanicking at the front of the ship waiting to get to Sharn. She's just, every once in a while, she'll just glance off into the distance and then go back to just kind of absorbing the atmosphere.
Guess I'll go.
Please.
There is a warforged with green leaves sprouting from the back of her head. She is an average height, wearing a green coat dress with fur-lined collar belted at the waist. She is not wearing shoes. Her face is like that of a pretty but unmoving doll, though there is soft white light behind her eyes. She's shown more interest in the airship than the riders, but had been perfectly friendly when approached. She never left the deck. And a little behind the scenes note: I didn't want my Warforged to have the appearance of having breasts, but I forgot to mention it to the artist. And then during the sketch phase, I didn't really notice the addition, but ultimately decided it was fine.
It's just like a little weird bit of padding in the coat.
Sure.
Imagine he's like simultaneously like asking what everything on the ship does while simultaneously pressing the buttons to find out what they do. And like the crew, he keeps has like grab him by both arms and drag him off.
I am also not on the deck. My name is Imris. I am playing Phineas Highwater, who is currently curled up against the wall in the corner of his room asleep. Dire flail stretched out across his lap, fedora pulled down over his eyes. Finn wears a pinstripe matching vest and pants. White button-up t-shirt. Usually can see a wedding ring around his finger and around his neck. He's very well dressed. Finn is well spoken, but nosy about everything. If you approach him, he will talk to you and ask you everything possibly about you. He's also been about the ship, probably poking around and prowling a bit. Curiosity always gets the best of him, and I'm barbarian.
I love it. But yeah, you're left to enjoy the night air and just a cool breeze as the ship travels silently from parts unknown. And if nobody's up to anything, you'll soon find on the horizon your possible first look at the city of Sharn. Why does it make me do this? Come on.
Once we get a little bit closer, I think Finn would walk out onto the deck as well.
Sharn is famously known as the City of Towers. You may guess why. The city is hemmed in by mountains, so they quickly had to build up instead of outwards. And It is built around a manifest zone to a place called Syriana, which is vaguely sort of kind of the elemental plane of air. So it's actually very easy to make things fly in Sharn. That kind of magic just comes very easily, and it's very easy to build a building around it. As the sun rises, the ship moves into dock in the central district of the city. A tower stands out from all the rest with several docking apparatus built into it. Make sure I got everything ready here. And as you arrive, the ship somehow changes in size and shape. How about that? Magic.
I drank a lot, like a lot.
Loading. I like how they did the ring on this one, though.
I do too.
Yeah, a little more. Doesn't make it look like the ship's on fire and crashing. The crew, all of whom are part of where indicators that they are part of the dragon marked House Leander, quickly set about docking the ship and going about unloading its cargo. And as a gangplank is secured, again, there's just very casually a like 5 foot across board is basically placed over what appears to be a several mile drop. 2 men emerge from the interior of the building, dressed in the livery of the Sharn Watch, the effective police force of the city. And as the plank is in setup, one of them calls out, "Good morning. Please have your identification papers ready for inspection."
All right.
And the guy out front like offers a hand to whoever coming off the ramp first.
It's gonna be me, I guess.
I'll look at Mag, take Mag's hand, and walk up to Q.
Finn will watch Tillman carefully to see when we and we'll follow behind Tillman.
Tommen's gonna get in line, I guess, behind Magu.
The watchman helps the Warforged off the gangplank, looks over the offered papers.
Hmm.
No, not that one. All players. Show to players. Just gives it a quick look over and then stamps an immigration mark on it, noting the date of your arrival. Hands it back. Welcome to Sharn.
Thank you. I'm gonna walk over here.
As this is going on, they're loading up the cargo onto a pallet and beginning to prepare it to be offloaded.
I'm going to cross with Meg.
Do all players. Again, the guy just gives a cursory look, makes sure the information is all right, looks at the photograph, stamps the handout, and returns it. Welcome to Sharn.
I'm gonna wait while that.
Stamp. Welcome to Sharn. This is all very routine to him. He's just given, like, making sure there's nothing like obviously out of place on these.
Tommen will move up after it looks clear.
The gentleman helps you off. Looks at the papers. Sir, this identification is expired.
Yes, I'm planning to take care of that as soon as possible.
He gives it just one more, like, a little quicker inspection, like, just to make sure of everything, but he stamps it anyway. You'll have 30 days from the date of the stamp to make sure this is updated.
Understood, sir. Thank you so much for your service.
I'm just giving Tom a look like, really?
He also gives you the location of the Chiron embassy in town, where that can be better updated.
And finally, Finn will approach.
All right, welcome to Sharn.
You will walk off and join the others.
Special thanks to X for doing all these identification papers.
It was fun.
Oh, sorry, I did not do that. All players, save changes. Show to players.
I love it. Thank you, X.
I love that apparently Finn posed for his identification photograph with, like, "Hey."
Of course Finn would pose for the identifications with, "Hey!" He's very happy about that picture.
I'm a real boy. Here's my totally legitimate paperwork. Look, they're fancy there.
But no sooner does he hand the paperwork back to Finn, when suddenly there is a sudden rush of motion coming from up the bridge in this direction.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
A long bridge.
Yeah, Finn's gonna lean around this guard and check out what's coming.
About a dozen more officers of the watch
Ooh.
Shit!
are come
Back up against the wall.
yeah, storming
Yeah.
down the bridge in a hurried motion. The man in the front just yelling, "Halt!" The various watchmen quickly disperse themselves around the area. Several of them rushing ahead to board onto the ship. They begin quickly searching the entire area. One that was in charge points at everyone assembled, the passengers. "All of you, up against the wall, please."
Okay.
It's frowning.
He just snaps his fingers. Identification papers. Let's go. And the one that was at the gangplank just kind of, Lieutenant, I already checked. We're checking again. Identification papers, please.
Yeah, Ivy shows hers.
Still
Yep.
have to know.
Finn holds his out.
Yeah, he shows his.
Yeah, the guy, again, like looks at Thomas in particular. This is expired.
Yes, it is. The country recently was unable to provide a replacement. I'm hoping to get one here.
Huh?
I'm hoping to get a replacement at the embassy.
He barely seems interested. He's just
Okay.
giving you like a bit of a death glare through his helmet. He's
Beautiful eyes.
Yeah, Finn just laughs at that.
even the Lyrander crew of the airship are being like sorted through and ID checked, which is pretty unusual for the dragon marked house to be like this. This is a little bit of shoddy treatment.
Sir, you surely would not turn away a war refugee.
Just gives you this sidelong glance. You can tell he wants to say so much about how stupid that sentence is, but he's biting his tongue for now.
It's not as if he has anywhere else to go.
After a few minutes of searching the ship, one of the watchmen comes back up holding out a chest. Sir, we found it. And he dumps the contents of the chest out onto the deck for all to see. Where did I put it now? Ha! Vials of a glowing red liquid.
Can I roll Sharn to see if I know which gang this is associated with?
If you'd like.
Thank you. Oh, that rolled the DM
Nope,
for
that was
some
the
reason.
DM, but
that was a
that's
17.
Yeah, that's a solid. It's been I actually haven't had to say this out loud before. Dask. Daask.
Are they a gang of Duran immigrants?
Yes, they're primarily made of drawn immigrants and the rather harshly labeled monstrous races that have been pushing into the city recently. The watchman that's still holding on to Tommen's identification papers turns back to him. Would you know anything about that?
No, I wouldn't.
The only one here with expired papers. Are you a changeling?
No.
He stuffs the papers back in Tommen's chest and turns away, but signals to his two other gentlemen, shake him down, find out what he knows. And the other two step forward and grab a hold of Tommen.
Okay.
No, there's no need to hassle the man. His papers are just expired.
Yeah, that's an easy trick of the changelings like to do. And Tom and quickly. Oh, sorry, you got something, dude?
No, I mean, go ahead.
No. The two Sharn watchmen grab him and then push him backwards up to the point where he starts to they dangle him over the edge of the tower.
Sirs, I can vouch for this man.
So can I. I ran into him in Syria. In the war. I'm a Sharn soldier.
What were your unit?
Jeff, you would know the answer to this. What was the head of Dixon's unit?
The head of it?
Yeah, what
It'd
was
just be
his
like,
unit number?
oh, it's like the 8th Infantry.
Okay, yeah, then that's his answer.
While this is
remember
going on, they've basically like lifted Toman upside down and are dangling him over the edge. And just repeatedly asking, "Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are the drugs going?"
I had nothing to do with those. I didn't even know those were drugs. I'm from Kyer. He's told his head.
Sorry, dude, you're breaking up really bad.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Did we lose dude entirely? Oh no.
Hey, while we lost dude entirely, can I insight check dude? Can I see if he's lying if he knows about these drugs?
Hi, I'm back. It should be better now.
If you'd like to roll insight, yes, but first off, try to roll persuasion, I guess, to convince the guard to like slack off a bit.
Can I assist with that?
Well, you don't need to.
21's enough. 21.
I fought in the war in Kyrie. I'm a boy from Sharn. I'm from Lower Tavrik's Landing. You want to know any of the bordellos around there? I'll give you all the names and the horse. Just pull the boy in.
The guy just sighs and this calls over. Boys, play nice. They don't let Tommen go, but they flip him right side up at least. He's got his feet back on the ground, even if he's still like being pushed against the edge.
He doesn't have anything to say. Anything he would say would just get him in more trouble, so he's just going to keep quiet for now.
The lieutenant in command steps forward and calls out to everybody present, the other watchmen, the airship, and the passengers. Where are the Sharn Watch? I am impounding this vessel and its cargo. All goods on board are now confiscated pending the results of this investigation. And he gestures to the passengers and steps away. And several more guardsmen come. And they begin to relieve you all of your equipment.
Oh, shit.
What's in the bag? They look in the bag.
Can I... Wait, please... Finn is going to quietly whisper to his... I'd very much appreciate it if you didn't pull out my unmentionables. I have a thing for cross-dressing. No one knows. Shh! As he pulls out a silky red dress.
How long do you reason it'll be before we receive our belongings back? I'm a medical professional.
Stuff like this, we'll wrap up probably by tomorrow morning. Just a formality, you know.
Jeff, what exactly are they trying to take?
Basically everything but the clothes on your back.
Would they take jewelry?
Is it
Oh,
nice looking
shit.
jewelry?
No.
It's decent.
It sort of looks like random, like it's very unpolished, like resin on a cord.
Probably not then.
Okay.
But anybody
If
else
they
is
take-
wearing anything? If anybody has like some like shiny ring or gold necklace,
What about wedding rings?
I have a crystal on a chain.
crystal on a chain, that's probably going. Wedding ring, if it can come off easily.
Finn will grab it and go, "No, I lost my fucking wife. You're not gonna fucking take this from me."
Roll persuasion. Ooh, you're on the mark today.
I am.
The Shoshana's crystal on the chain. The officer, like relieving her of her goods, looks over to one of the other guys. Hey, Freddie, it's your wife's birthday next month, right? Yeah. And he grabs the crystal on the chain. Yeah, that's evidence.
Would you rob a woman? In
Oh no,
service?
it's all just being confiscated. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
I am a woman
Finn-
in service to the divines. This is my holy symbol. Well,
Sorry, somebody has to do an insight roll. Please. Well, a policeman would never lie about something like that. Shoshana, what were you saying?
um, yeah, this is like it's a religious article.
Would you like to roll persuasion?
Yes. Oh, it's to GM. Whoops.
Oh, you got lucky anyway. The guy hesitates but lets you keep it.
I clasp it in my fist.
You're wise too. Otherwise, basically everything else on your sheets you can go ahead and delete.
I'm not deleting anything. I'm just unchecking it.
So, like, just all of our inventory?
Except for unless it's like your clothing or if like you're wearing your armor right now, they're not going to strip you down. They take it and they flip through it at least.
Changes things. I just assumed they were taking everything. Are they not taking worthless items?
Unless it looks like it's obvious. Yeah, they'll shove the crappy notebook back into.
What about weapons?
Oh yeah, those are all going.
Yeah.
Damn it! All right.
Money pouches are hidden, right?
Oh no, they don't look for that.
So they take
So they took our money too?
You guys have airship money. You definitely have money on you.
Not that much.
Yeah, that could definitely be proceeds of drug sales.
Tommen's going to try to attempt to keep them from finding his money belt pouch when they search him.
Ooh,
Would that be like
I
sleight
wanna
of
say-
hand or stealth? I don't know.
yeah, this would probably be sleight of hand versus their perception.
Okay.
Because I'm going to say investigation. You are being like actively searched. Everybody's rolling to GM.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's a rough one. Let's see if they. That was a 5. You rolled on a sleight of hand. Yeah.
All right.
Like, if it's a money belt, like, straight up, like, take his belt.
The only thing I have to add is that when they were messing about with Ivy, she would have had to say, "I'm afraid the leather cannot be removed in an expedient manner."
The one guy just kind of waves. Yeah, I know.
You
We're
said
not going to worry about it.
definitely delete. We're not getting it back, right?
Those of you from Sharn know a shakedown when you see one.
Finn.
It means you're not getting it back.
Yeah, it's your dog. Finn is going to look at. Finn is going to look over at his gun, start unbuttoning his vest, and go, "Deal with the whole clothes, because I start charging after I take the vest off."
Yeah, Finn gets punched in the stomach.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Would anyone like to give me a Sharn roll?
I will. I will.
Yeah.
This is wisdom
I
Sharn,
recover.
please.
As well.
Ooh, good.
Hey.
Shoot. Sorry, I rolled that wrong.
Sorry, I'm
That
switching it from off GM now. I got 15.
I see it.
It would have been the same either way.
The 13 was enough. So this is definitely a shakedown, but there are measures put in place to prevent the watch from doing this easily. If you ask for a receipt of goods, it will improve your chances of getting it back.
I'll just hold my hand out expectantly.
Yeah, I'll ask for that receipt.
Yeah, same.
And the lieutenant in charge is kind of like, pulls out his notebook, starts making a note.
I'll kind of nudge Mag to do the same.
The lieutenant steps forward, and Trishana was the one holding her hand out and hands the piece of paper. Just it's like actually like a little formal thing, case file 1158, and a list of all the goods taken from the lot of you.
Does everything seem to be in order? It's stamped and signed, and it lists everything.
Yes.
I'll be back to
Again,
retire.
no longer than 24 hours, I'm sure. He writes down the name, the address of the watch garrison for this district where you're expected to be picking them up.
Where are we, by the way? Or where is that? If it's not.
I will show you in a second, because after this receipt is done and you've been relieved of basically everything, the watch basically kicks you guys out of the tower.
Out
You
of
get-
character, I think we're in Lyrander Tower.
Wow, the big
Nothing to
city is
walk beside
fun.
Patch.
She looks irritated.
All of our goods on a single receipt.
See for yourself.
Finn will look over the receipt with Patch.
It's like hastily written, like the guy didn't go into like great details, just like clothes, 1, pack, 1, gold, and then like a ballpark figure of like how much money you guys collectively had.
Well, 24 hours then. If you want to hold on to this, I suppose we could meet there tomorrow.
Where are you going?
Into town.
You got a place in mind. And Finn is going to look at you very expectantly.
He's gonna take a step away from Finn. Something like that?
Somewhere that'll welcome you with no money.
I'll be able to work something out, I'm sure.
You come with me. You know the way.
So, gives me 1 second to
I'm
get out the music.
I'm getting X compressed on my end. Is that just me?
X is a little quiet for me too.
What?
You're just a little bit quiet, and you're turned all the way up for me.
So, with no money and uncertain future, aside from like a scrap of paper with some grumpily written notes on it, you guys are pushed out into Sharn proper.
Which district do we first land in, basically?
Oh.
Oh, I didn't
Oh.
see the token.
We're right in the middle?
Oh, I see it now. Okay, yeah, there we go.
You were in highest towers of the central district of the upper wards of Sharn.
Not far. Down a ways and north.
And
know-
what's
I know that wasn't a very pleasant experience, but would any of you be willing to show me around?
I suppose I could. I've not got much else to do.
Thank you.
Yeah, you two have fun. Enjoy the sights. It's a hell of a city.
It sure is. What was your idea, Patch, finding us a place?
Oh, I was probably going to start looking around to see if there's any opportunities for Kyran refugees like myself, you know.
I'm still staring at him.
Oh, Finn is full on
there's a lot of
staring
people who
at
showed up
Patch
even more
amused.
penniless than I am now.
Oh, of course, of course.
I also have to
I
get
mean,
a
I'm-
new instrument as soon as possible. They took mine from me.
And mine.
so? I'm gonna play around with. I'll be playing around with the map a lot. I don't know if this is too much detail for you guys or not enough detail for you guys.
I like it.
I like it so far. Yeah, this is great.
It's like, boy,
Delightful.
over in the Sword Point district, I've added a little star, and that'll be the garrison that you would have to go to get your equipment back tomorrow.
Does everyone know where that is?
I
No.
can get you there if I have to.
I'm looking specifically at Ivy because I think think she's the only person who. Well, Mag's with me, so Mag will be fine. But
Ivy said no.
It's almost like straight down into a little to the north.
I don't know what you two have planned on your tour, but it's on the way to where I'm headed, so I can show you if you come now.
I'd be more than willing to. Thank you.
All right.
Ah, you're looking for the refugee tenements, aren't you, there, Pat?
I would imagine there's quite a few people in a similar situation to myself who might be more sympathetic to my situation.
I think I can guide you there later.
Oh, I appreciate that, but I'll
I'm
probably
going
just get
that
a head
way
start.
anyway.
Then keep up.
It really is.
Old acquaintance or new, Mr. Patch?
Can you repeat that, please?
Old
Because I'm
acquaintance or
having
new,
problems
Mr.
understanding you.
Patch?
One more time, you got cut off X.
Oh my god. Old
Sorry.
acquaintance or new?
Point. I'm sorry.
Old acquaintance or new, Mr. Patch?
Thank you. I'm sorry, X. I don't know what's going on. For some reason, you're really compressing for me, so I can't hear you very well. It's happening with Luna too. I think it's my connection. I apologize. New acquaintances.
Kind of give Finn a once over, but not super concerned, so.
Finn will look back at you and wink.
I don't even notice. Well, we got places to be, so I'm gonna start leading Mag toward where I'm headed, and anyone who wants to follow and see where we're going tomorrow can do that.
I will follow.
And Ivy's following along as well.
Tom and Patch is going with the rest of them, right? Or was he going off by himself?
He didn't have anywhere specific to go because you and I hadn't worked out exactly. He didn't do research ahead of time. He's trying to look for places that Chiron immigrants are conglomerating. But if they don't arrive in something that's obviously pointing towards that, he'll stick around with everyone for a little while at least.
All right.
Do I know where the embassy is? Because I don't think the place where the refugees are going existed the last time I was in Sharn, but I might know where the embassy is.
If you look over at Tavik's Landing, there does say there's a place called the Refugee Tenement in High Walls. It's in the lower.
Yeah, no, I know that,
Yeah.
but I don't think Shoshana knows that.
Oh, okay. Finn would know that.
Yeah. There is the embassy district in Middle
so
Central.
it's with all the others.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's nearby, so.
Real quick. So here's the rules on inner city travel.
God.
Oh dear God.
Basically, if you're changing levels or crossing into another ward, it's going to take you 30 minutes to do either of those tasks.
Okay, and where are we? Okay,
You're in upper central, and if you want to move to middle central,
Yeah,
That would take you 30 minutes on foot.
30 minutes. So like 30 minutes to get to the star.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then from there, okay, that's a solid 2-hour walk for me to get where I'm going for. I'll take it.
You find yourself in the middle of Sharn's very confusing layout. Again, everything is towers and bridges. Basically, like a tower gets erected, and then people just section off part of the tower, depending on the level it's in. And that's their house now. The lower parts of the towers are the most undesirable areas. There's very little sunlight and people throwing who knows what from upper levels down at you. The prime spots are, of course, the upper part where there's actually like a breeze. And the towers, of course, are divided by the plateaus that they're based upon and the rocky ground that separates them all. Again, it's very similar to Final Fantasy VII, where you're in those areas between the sector plates. There's just a gap and a bridge, and like just everything stops for a minute.
Oh, that just explained everything so much better to me. Thank you.
I took notes on like all of the Sharn location handouts, and like just next to everything, I was like, "This is just Sector 4. This is just Sector 5."
Yeah. In a couple of areas, plateaus have been made. So basically, like somebody built a bridge, and then houses got built on the bridge, like regular houses that you'd see anywhere else. They just precariously jammed them onto a bridge, and it creates a weird little neighborhood. What could possibly go wrong?
I mean,
Towers.
it's not like this place is built over an active lava pool or anything. I'm sure there's no tectonic activity here.
I guess literally we have falling rocks and we all die. We act stupid.
Towers fall and you all die.
Yes.
Sorry, where are you guys heading?
I'm just kind of doing a walk by of the garrison where we're gonna have to go tomorrow, so I can point it out to everyone, and like unless
Good luck explaining the directions to get this. So if you want to get here, you have to take the lift down a level, cross over to the Eldritch Tower, take that up 2 levels, use that bridge to go over to the Minotaur Tower, then take the stairs circling around counterclockwise, not clockwise, and you'll be at the Hall of Justice.
God, I should be playing Fib in this game. I mean, it's basically, I'm just gonna point, like, walking down the main road, I'm like, that's it.
Yeah. Imagine
unless,
that,
like-
but it was like 3-dimensional.
Finn will give Ivy the tour mostly with, and that place is really good to get a beer at, but you want to go over there if you want to gamble. And over there, they'll cheat you out of everything you own. And just going there pointing out different shops.
By this time of the day, the city is just sort of waking up. A lot of the shops are just starting to open. But it's remained fairly quiet, as much as the city gets.
Does there seem to be any place that a person could buy a visitor's guide if they had money at some point?
Not obviously, no.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just going through everything. Just they run a bordello in the back, so if you need some, there's a good place to go. And that place is a gambling ring. And over there, yeah, don't piss those people off. Just as he's going along, just in-depth tour of the city.
Or like just all the worst parts. Like,
Yes, all
and
the
these
worst
Winterfur
parts.
Bridge. That's where Tommy 2 times got horribly stabbed to death.
A lot of your information is not very useful.
Perfectly useful. I live here. You have to know where you're gonna get stabbed at, or else.
I'm not that worried about being stabbed.
What are you in Sharn for?
Counterpoint. You should be. Dangerous city.
Did Shoshana ask what Ivy was in town for?
Yeah.
I need to make money, but also find information or a very powerful magical artifact.
And what would you need something like that for?
Perhaps a resurrection. Is a good enough word for it.
Someone you lost during the war.
No, it was more recent.
Where do you hail from, Ivy?
I have been living in the Eldine Reaches for the past several years. Before that, a few places.
With a walk up, it's a better part of an hour. You do find your way to the Hall of Justice, an imposing building. Definitely designed to be defendable, but fairly open. Again, it's mostly functioning as like a normal office. There's a map for it, but we'll get to that when you're ready. You're all reasonably sure that you could probably find your way back here. It's a prominent enough building. I'm sure you could ask directions.
Tommen's going to start heading for the what was the word? The state for Sire, the ambassador for Sire, but not what's the word?
Embassy.
Embassy, thank you. Kair.
Seeing that Mr. Patch is heading in a sensible direction, I'm going to continue on my way with Meg.
So if you guys are splitting up, if you could go ahead and put your token down on which district your character is heading for, that'll help.
Jeff, I need to message you something and ask you something.
Please.
Oh, at some point, Finn will kind of check his watch and go, well, it's been a pleasure going with you.
The watch that he gave away to the guard.
Oh yeah, crap! I don't have a watch. I'm going to check.
He looks at his wrist. Oh, look at the time.
He goes to pull his watch out of his pocket and goes, fucking guards! And he's like slams his hand down on his side and goes, I think I'm supposed to be somewhere right now, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh god, are we all just abandoning Ivy?
Where is the embassy, Jeff?
Oh, it is right.
I also need to know where I need to go.
There's an embassy district over here. Finn will want to go to the Dragon Eyes district.
Of course. Hope it is. Oh, it is. It is. It's also home.
So Finn's got a walk of a better part of an hour ahead of him.
Jeff, do
Shoshana
you have a random table that I could roll on to say where Ivy ends up?
Oh my god. Oh god, poor Ivy.
I do not have a randomly lost in the city table. Though now that you mention it, that sounds awesome, and I totally should have had that. Oh, was there something earlier? Randomly flipping through the book now. That's right. I know I saw something earlier in the book. In the meantime, just go ahead and give me a D100 roll there, Erica,
Okay.
for giggles, and we'll see what I can do with that. If I can't find anything, the higher number will be a better result than something lower. That's not bad. Good news, you don't get mugged of your 0 possessions.
Oh god.
In the meantime, Tommen will arrive at his destination, I think, before anybody else does. And he arrives at the Chiron Embassy, which, even though it has not opened yet, has an incredibly long line down the block of apparent applicants waiting to get in.
Yeah, that rings true.
Damn, I know I saw table here. A prominent sign outside the front door has a list of the more commons. Like this has just been something that one employee has like taken the liberty of doing up themselves. It's a hastily assembled sign, but it's outside the door, and you notice prominently on the list of services they're providing is identification paper update, fee 5 gold.
Well, Tommen is no longer being observed,
So he's going to find a place to rest quietly.
Yeah, it's the one of the nicer parts of town. There's always like a bench or like a little park, easy to find.
He's going to be there for at least an hour.
If I was smart, I would have bookmarked the random encounters table, but I'm not, so I didn't. Yeah.
Pigeons.
Randomly encounter pigeons. Roll initiative.
They're after my sandwich.
Oh, adorable. And of course, today of all days, I don't have my cyanide peanuts.
The next people who will... I know I saw some stuff. The next ones that will arrive at their destination. Shoshana and Magnum, you're heading for the funeral parlor?
Yeah.
All right. After walking the long way around, crossing through the districts, heading to the quieter North Edge Plateau, you head to the Temple District of High Hope.
Where's Daka? Session 1, where's Daka?
just walking by this pillar, like, "Hi, Daka. Hey."
Oh, I thought she's still here.
I can't get down. Somebody get me a ladder. But you arrive at the funeral parlor, but you quickly wind up doing a double take.
Oh, God.
You have to look up and down the street. This is the right place.
Oh no.
This is the right tower. This is not your funeral parlor.
What's there? What?
A bored-looking teenager behind the counter stifles the yawn. "Welcome to Burger Lord. How may I prepare your burger, my lord?"
It's Madam. How
That's right,
long has this been here?
Has what been here?
This establishment.
Oh, I don't know, year now?
Who's in charge?
Like, this guy's just like, "Oh no, I want to speak to them." We just opened and I want to speak to a manager. "Mr. Mayweather, someone to talk with you." And the door to the back opens up, and a pleasant-looking halfling comes out. Oh, this guy! Look, they got like angry half. You gotta be ready. Yes, how can I help you?
Sir, I don't mean to cause you any trouble. I just have some questions. How long have you been in business here?
Oh, 1 year, 1 month, 1 week.
Exactly that.
Showed up on a good day.
And you established this location.
Well, I'm just the franchise owner. The land proper owns to the crap. I already forget the Dragonmark house. Ever. No, it's not that one.
Is it the halfling house? That deals with food?
Yes, House Galandia.
I knew it had a G. I didn't know anything else.
And he gestures to like a little certificate on the wall saying that they're part of the House Galandia's hospitality guild.
You don't know when they acquired it.
Not for certain. I know this place. Well, apparently, like the tower burned down like a year or two ago.
Oh, God. Oh. Shashan just, like, puts her head in her hands. Thank you for letting me know.
Glad I can help you.
Gonna walk out. It's depressing. I'm just gonna stand here in the middle of the walkway.
Oh,
She's supposed to be watching it. I've been listening. She lives in, well, she lives with me, but her family's in Crystal Bridge. But I don't know if they've seen. It's all up. It's like first thing in the morning, right? Basically, still, or like
Yeah,
early in the morning.
it's been like a think about it like an 90 minutes since you arrived in town. No, about 2 hours, I think. Yeah, we established that.
Then I guess I got time to swing through there before I have to look for a place to shelter for the night. Yeah, just kind of like walking in a daze. Heading up. No, I know the way. It's quiet here. We'll be all right. I think that's funny. Shoshana does not think that's funny. She just kind of looks down at her feet.
Uh,
4 years of this.
yeah, I found that Burger Lord map, and it was just like, oh, I know exactly what to do with this.
Oh my god, Jeff, I hate you.
See, Finn was right. You gotta know these things. Oh God.
Ivy. As you're
Yes.
sort of vaguely touring the city, vaguely wanderingly aimlessly, you come around a corner and surprise a man in a cloak has a paintbrush in one hand and a bucket of paint in the other. And he seems startled that you apparently just appeared out of nowhere and just quickly turns and runs away. But you see he was apparently using that as freshly painted graffiti marks on the wall. The monarchy dies with Borano.
Is that like a name that's been alive for a while? Or is it a new royal name?
King Borano is the current reigning monarch of Brayland.
Okay, so she might know who that is. And it's just the writing, no symbols or anything?
It's just the writing by itself. I did actually have this guy prepared.
What section of the city are they in? Nice picture.
I know, I love that picture. This is somewhere in Middle Central, I still think.
Well, I don't think she has any reason to stick around the graffiti wall, unless the watch shows up and accuses her of a crime. So she's just continuing.
Roll again to see what happens to her later.
Okay.
Finn, are you up to anything in particular?
I am going to try to meet with my boss.
All right. Again, you remember very much like the little cafe that was highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that we're on the same page here. And on that little cafe, nice spot for being in the lower part of town. It's Tavik's Landing, so it's a little nicer than most. Sure enough, on one of the more prominently displayed tables, there's a man wearing a blue flower that you were told to look for. Just idly enjoying coffee, reading a newspaper.
Finn walks up to the table, will just politely flop down, pick up a menu, and start looking at it, and wait.
The gentleman slowly lowers his newspaper and is just looking at Finn like, who the hell are you?
Uh-oh.
Can I help you, sir?
I was just admiring the roses of Sharn.
He just, again, is just giving you a look of like, who the hell is this weirdo?
Oh, fuck. You know, I've heard the bordellos around here are quite interesting. Do you know anything about them?
So, what are you trying to say? Did my wife send you?
Sure fucking did. You better keep your fucking hands to yourself. Go home to your woman.
He just he's more confused than anything. But he folds up his paper, slowly gets up like he's waiting for Finn to jump at him, but just gets up and backs away towards the door.
Been staring at him the whole time and trying to be intimidating. I'm assuming I'm gonna do an insight check. Is this is not who I'm supposed to be meeting? Insight, right?
You don't need an insight roll like that. If that guy was who you're supposed to be meeting, he didn't get the memo.
Okay, I guess I wait around in the place to see if I run into the boss. If not, I guess I head home for the night.
What's home?
Little place in the same district. Little house and a tenement there. In the back of a bordello.
You're waiting not too long before one of the cafe's waiters come by, like, sir, if you're not going to order anything, we're going to ask you to leave.
I thought you might like to order something instead. And he'll wait.
Hard cut to Finn being tossed out on his butt.
Then he will wait outside the place for a few hours and then head home. He's used to this. It's home.
I've been kicked out of better establishments than this.
You gotta get rougher next time. Rough me up a little. Come on.
Ivy. You're still in the middle district of the city?
Sure.
Sort of proudly marching through the streets, there's a Warforged Juggernaut. Again, this is very much the one of the ones that were made for the heaviest of frontline combat. Very much armor plated, about 8 feet tall, just a hulking machine built for war. And as it marches on, a little gaggle of human children are following him, giggling and throwing garbage at his back. The Warforged is stoically ignoring them.
Does the Warforged have any, like, is it wearing any distinguishing anything, or is it just big guy walking through the city?
It's a big guy walking through the city. There's plates on its shoulders where it would have had a unit marking and like a national symbol that have been removed. Seems it was in the army, but it got released, and it's no longer interested in showing those markings.
How many children?
3.
Ivy will try to intercede, walk over to the children. Human children, it's not very nice to throw things at people.
The children turn and look at her, And the one of them, the eldest, starts like jumping up and pointing her at her excitedly. See, I told you they talk. Say something else.
Hello.
Ha! See. And the one child, like really, like grumpily, like reaches into his pocket and pulls out like 2 copper and hands it to the other kid. And then they go scurrying off about their day.
Where'd Jockey go?
He's
The
still just
juggernaut.
marching down the street, but just again, he was doing his best to ignore them, and so it doesn't look like anything has particularly changed in what he's doing.
I think Ivy will start following after the juggernaut, see what he's up to.
How so following?
Not stealthily, probably getting pretty close. And becoming obvious very soon, but she hasn't like said anything. She's just following.
Put a little picture of this guy up in the Discord.
Aw.
He's fabulous.
Doesn't look over at Ivy or anything, but finally just speaks up. You shouldn't give him the satisfaction.
They're small children. They should learn.
Are you going to follow me around all day now, too?
Does it bother you?
Kind of like to be left alone.
All right. Do you have a designation?
He remains quiet and is just like, there's this pregnant pause where like he's just kind of hoping that Ivy's going to go away. And then after a long hesitation, hammer.
You can call me Ivy. I will leave you alone if that is what you desire.
Just a little positive sounding grunt, like this, you know.
She'll let him go then.
The guy stomps off to parts unknown. Great, now I gotta make this guy show up later. Now I gotta make this.
You don't.
You
But you have
do,
the
I
option
demand
now.
it.
Hammer time.
Oh, maybe not. I didn't notice, but that picture that I randomly picked has Church of the Silver Flame markings on them.
Ooh.
We'll check back in with Shoshana and Magnum. Are they up to anything in particular?
Yeah, with no better idea of where to get in contact with my former business partner, I'm going to head up toward Crystal Bridge, where her parents' estate is.
Her parents' estate, you said?
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't live with them. We live together, so I don't know, you know. She might not be there, but I literally have no better idea. So we've met like maybe twice, 3 times, years and years ago.
Not only the alleyways, but just looking over the sides of the bridges is a sight by itself because it just keeps going down. No matter where you think the bottom is, there's still like another mile to the before things disappear in clouds. Even in the middle section.
Yeah, you know.
uh, but yes, with better part of an hour's travel gets you to Crystal Bridges, up to the residence in question, which is locked up tight, and there's no lights or signs of activity inside.
Oh my god, is there like a name on the mailbox still? Like, is.
Oh, the name on the mailbox is there still.
Okay, so it still seems like they own the place.
Yes, there's just nobody there at the moment.
I'll still knock. Like, I don't know, maybe they have servants or something. Just be like,
across the way, well-dressed, seems to be a butler of sort, calls out, "I'm sorry, they're not home."
do you have any idea when they'll be back?
I do not. They packed up a carriage and I believe left town on quite suddenly.
Are they in some kind of trouble? I'm a family friend.
I'm sorry, I could not say for sure.
Do you know any way to reach them?
He shakes his head no.
Thank you.
He nods and goes back to his business.
I'm gonna ask Meg if I can borrow a piece of paper and just like leave a note. Push it through the mail slot. Just be like, "Hi, it's Shoshana. I'm back in town. Wondering, trying to get in touch with your daughter. Let me know if you've heard anything." I don't tell them where I'll be because I don't know where I'll be. I'll be like, I'll visit. I'll stop by again soon.
Tommen, are you up to anything? Still just chilling around on the bench?
If an hour has passed, then he should have successfully rested enough so that he should be able to recreate the instrument that was stolen from him by the Sharn Watch.
Oh,
Very nice.
before I forget, all players. So on the list of character sheets, if we scroll down to the very bottom, there is a star. And if you would like to place that down, it places, like, oh, here's where my parents live, kind of stuff. We'll fill in the map a little bit that way. I'll adjust it and like put names on it as we need to.
Once he what?
I'll try to avoid this map getting like more chaotic, so I probably won't put like every place on. That might switch a bit, but yeah, we'll have the ability to do that. Sorry, Tommen.
Once he has recreated this instrument, he's going to try a good location to busk because he needs to earn 5 gold. And if he only earns copper, he's going to have to figure out something else.
Go ahead and roll Wisdom Sharn. It's not bad. So the
Set to the circle.
It's very funny.
You busk in a 30-foot radius circle. Let's train of thought. The catch with busking in Sharn is that you, for all the good places, you need a permit, and they quickly become seized up. Like the really like popular street corners in the wealthiest districts, like it gets very territorial.
Okay. I need gold. What?
Your safest bet would be to go to the lower wards where things are a little less patrolled, but of course you're going to be making less money for doing it.
So much less that it's unrealistic to be able to get 5 gold in one day, right?
Even in the nicest parts of town, you're unlikely to get 5 gold in one day unless you like rocked out like no one else has before.
What about the line? Does the line seem like I'd be able to get through it if I waited several hours, or is it like a multi-day event?
It might be a multi-day event. Like even as you're waiting, like more people are coming and adding on to the line.
Tommen's going to go to a different location.
What location would that be?
He is going to try to find a door and go through it and then come out to a different location via an ability that he has.
What door are you using?
Should I DM you? I don't know how you want to handle this.
No, it's just I know how I want to handle it, but like, are you using just like a residence or like a commercial building or?
He's going to try to find a place that isn't closely observed, so it's probably something like an alley or a bridge, and then he just needs to find a door that's accessible, so something like a bathroom door or...
Yeah, I gotcha. Again, like, yeah, you go to like one... It's a weird thing because there's really no alleys in the traditional sense in Sharn. There's just sort of like awkward passageways between two towers. Like it's a bridge, but it's just in like a crummy location more than anything else. But you were able to find... Oh.
Sorry, I guess what I have in mind is when I think of the tower, I think running around the outside is something similar to a fire escape. I guess that's what I think of when I think of like alleys. Like it's almost like a staircase built into the tower going down.
Yeah,
like,
that's
to door.
That's a fantastic description too, where there's just like a more utilitarian bridges or scaffolding. But in terms of like what you think of like an alley, it's just like there's no place. Really, the fun part is you'd have like an alley so you could like put garbage out, but people just tend to throw those off a bridge and hope for the best. But yeah, you're able to find a relatively isolated door going up in like some scaffolding down. It's a heavy steel door that leads somewhere. You want to open it up?
Yes, he does.
You find yourself in the kitchen of a halfling's restaurant.
Okay.
he's going to close the door and then open it intentfully, trying to go to the other location.
Good. You close the door. It's like, give it a second. Give it a second. Open it up again. It is a halfling's restaurant. There are some very
Alright, he's going
confused
to give up
cooks.
and leave.
there's he walks away, and again, like you just see like two halflings like peek out, like who the hell was that? That ability only works when you sort of have to be invited. If they don't want you, they don't take you. Finn.
I am still waiting outside of this place, waiting for anyone with a blue rose on their face to come up and talk to me.
Just some poor schmuck is walking down with a blue rose in his lapel, and Finn just runs up and grabs him. You don't understand. I like the roses in Sharn. Ah, take it, it's yours. Leave me alone.
That could be a possibility in a little while if he doesn't get anywhere coming up.
Yeah, he is having no luck. Aside from maybe garnering some weird stares.
Mm. I am going to roll Sharn for where the best place to find my wife at the moment would be. If that's a roll I can make. Look, it's been a while.
Roll for wife.
I guess that's a wisdom roll, or is that
I'm
intelligence?
gonna give you like a flat wisdom roll because I don't know if Sharn knowledge would help you.
You can insight your wife, right?
Insight, yeah.
Yeah, let me try insight on that. Don't look at that wisdom roll.
I'm gonna. That's gonna have to go. Like it's gonna be that 4 or whatever your insight bonus was.
4 plus 2 then.
Oh no. Oh no.
So I'm just gonna wander the city aimlessly looking for men with blue roses and a wife.
I'm just.
Honestly, yeah. It feels like I'm home again.
Just, I'm imagining that that bit from The Simpsons where Skinner's looking for Bart. Like, he's not out of the aquarium either, but children love going here. Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
I am hitting up every single bar that has performers at it in the city until I find the right one.
Oh, you guys got a long way to go.
People.
Poor Finn's out there with like a map of all the bars in Sharn and it's like crossing them off. Like, good. Only 1,539 more to go.
I had a life here.
So did I. I had a life. I gotta give her a ring back.
The day goes on though. with the exception of Ivy, you are starting to get hungry, and it is starting to get dark.
Did they take the food out of my pocket? They took everything.
They took everything.
Those bastards! I was saving that.
They took your fucking sandwich.
Cuts
They
back to
No,
this.
they took my pastries. Finn stuffs food in his pocket everywhere he goes.
Cut back to the shakedown, and the cops are just like, "Ooh, a Danish."
And you're really fucking back.
Was he hiding something under the hat? Ah! There's just this poor watchman lifts up the hat. You don't see what it is. There's just this horrible hissing and growling sound, and then he slowly puts it back down.
You'll just. Yeah, Finn will just lean over, giggling, and go, "Good rodent." I'm gonna keep feeding it now. It helps out.
But yeah, you guys, the day is getting a little short.
I mean,
Are we gonna have to feed up at this halfling place and eat halfling meat?
well, okay. So, how long would it have been, like, would I have had much time to do anything after leaving the Crystal Bridge? Like,
Yeah.
or was it getting pretty late already by then?
It's well into the afternoon by this point, but you still have time to do stuff.
Well, but I got my only fallback plan is a long way, so we got a big walk. I might not be able to do stuff. I'm in Crystal Bridge, and I'm trying to get to Overlook. That's really fucking far away.
Oh, geez, where is Overlook?
I don't have any money. I couldn't hire, like, a cab. I'm gonna look at Meg, and like we're leaving Crystal Bridge. We're like heading back toward the Central Plateau, and just we've roughed it before. There's only one more place I can think to go. I don't know if they'll take us. Do you want to die, or do you want to do as we have been? It's gonna be a long walk. Alright. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Guess I'm taking a long walk. No.
Ivy, you don't need to sleep or eat.
God damn it!
What do you plan on doing overnight?
I feel like instead of trying to randomly find a place, trying to actually set out to find a, quote, green place in this city that she was told is not a very green place. Perhaps there is a park somewhere. She will look for one, maybe stay in a park overnight.
How do you go about looking for one? Just like wandering, or
Asking people.
oh yeah, um, yeah, this give me like a charisma check. It'll be like DC 8.
Okay.
Ooh, close. Yeah, one of the passing citizens is able to point you to like, yeah, just go up. There's a park.
Okay.
And yeah, it refers you to Sky's Edge Park, which is about the biggest, nicest. It's the Central Park equivalent. It's just massive compared to the tinier parks throughout the city.
Hmm.
Put your token down over there.
Oh, thanks. If any flowers or foliage looks like it needs pepping up, I'll druid craft some things.
Sky's Edge Park is Sharn's only park district. Here, 3 large parks occupy the top floors of some of the largest towers. Grass and trees grow in a deep layer of earth atop the towers. Artificial ponds carved into the surface shimmer invitingly, and the noise of the city is magically dampened. The population of the district is only around 400 people, mostly immigrants from the Eldian reaches, struggling to maintain something like their traditional lifestyle in a city that defies the encroachment of nature. At the entrance to the park, a 100-foot tall iron statue stands watch. Called the Iron Guardian, it was crafted centuries ago by artisans of Houth Cannith. Legend tells that it is a strong construct crafted for use in the War of the Mark, but it has not been seen to move in recorded history.
Neat.
And that was which part?
Sky's Edge Park. Yeah, they've got a. You just know this thing is going to haul off and punch somebody someday, and it's just been waiting centuries.
Nope, stay away from the park. I keep getting punched. Don't flirt with the statue. Got it.
Tommen, are you up to anything?
Well, the only thing I can think of is going back to the Kair Embassy, and asking other refugees if there's resources around or places that they're staying that are available, because he lost all his money, so he can't afford to stay anywhere.
Yeah, just the people in line. They point you to the High Walls district of Tavik's Landing, where most of the Chiron refugees have basically been
Oof.
politely ordered to be. It's not nice, but it's the best you're gonna get.
He's gonna have to head there. What section of Tavik's Landing?
The high walls right beside Finn. Where that little star is.
I think I might have dragged someone's star with me.
Dragged everyone's star down with you. That was the Hall of Justice.
It was the garrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stars. That way, if you miss, you'll be a lifeless husk throwing through space.
Can you guys see the name of that star?
Yes.
Good, making sure.
Is it almost time for a break, or?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Good.
By the way, that's something I keep forgetting to mention. I want to commit more towards having a break mid-session, generally around this time. So if I forget to do that in my excitement, please call me out on it.
You think 5 minutes?
Let's do
10 minutes?
10.
I don't know.
10-minute
10?
break.
All right. BRB.
Oh, and I got new intermission music too.
I'm too afraid to actually leave my room because I've been hearing my cat like scream outside my door for the past hour.
Scream angrily to be let in, or screaming at some horrible ghost in the hallway?
To be let in, I think probably he
That's
needs
even
food.
worse.
So maybe if I feed him, then he won't try to like get in here. So I guess I can do that.
So you guys liking this well enough so far? I told you this intro would be kind of bad start for you guys.
Honestly, it did half what I expected. Not the full thing, but there were guards that showed up immediately and accosted us. I thought we were going to be arrested and taken to jail, but you didn't do that part. Probably should have, would have kept us all together.
Not as bad as what I thought. Not nearly as bad. That's what I was thinking too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. My two theories were we were immediately going to be arrested, or we were going to be hijacked by Chaser and pirates and have good steak. And that was my two options in my head of what was going to happen. Yeah, same. Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
My guess of what you guys were thinking was airship crash.
But
That too.
they can't really. They can't really fall out of the sky because of how they're made, though. So, like, to me, that was never really a possibility.
Airberg.
But the wood is still buoyant and it stays in the air.
I have a few random questions about Sharn.
Please.
Question number 1. I've seen fire elemental airships and air elemental airships. Are there earth elemental airships?
I do not believe so, no.
Damn it. That would be hilarious.
Earth elemental
Okay.
airship is just a giant earth elemental picking up a boat and throwing it.
I love it. Okay. Does an elemental ever attack an airship engine trying to free the other elemental?
I don't believe so, no.
Damn
Or at the
it.
very least, that's not something that's happened.
Well, now I know what my backup character is.
An engine?
No, a Genasi druid pirate.
I love it.
Is this blood that causes sorcery spells obviously coming from a specific sorcery bloodline?
The drug, dragon's blood.
Yes. Is it all in like a draconic sorcerer bloodline?
No, it's not actually dragon's blood. We're not 100% sure what it is.
God
It's
damn
just
it,
sorcerer's
They just-
blood.
They just called it that because it sounded cool. But
Can it sometimes cause wild magic.
Oh no, wait, what?
sometimes the results of it are very unpredictable when ingested by sorcerers.
Oh dear God,
I
oh dear
thought-
God.
I thought it just
damn
caused
it.
people to develop sorcery spells temporarily, so only
Sometimes.
sorcerers get that benefit? Or it
Like
could be
sometimes you
wild
drink it
specific
and like you
sorcerers?
get like a wild magic, or
We've got to
it's
steal it. We've gotta
especially
steal
effective
it.
on sorcerers.
We've got to steal it.
Do you drink it or inject it?
Drink it.
Has
I
anyone
want it.
tried injecting it?
Uh,
I'll do it.
I don't believe so, but it's not like there's been like widespread scientific study of this stuff.
There's
Well, there's a
really-
first for
No,
everything.
there has to be that has to be going on somewhere, right? Even if it's just a like Breaking Bad RV lab, or in this case, a blimp.
But like that stuff doesn't get published though.
It's going on in that weird underground lab in the cogs.
Now, would I know anything about this stuff?
There's not much that's known about it. It's again like it's
Okay.
unpredictable. It's dangerous. Yeah, you're gonna have a nice high, or you might have a wild magic surge and explode in a maximized fireball.
That's not great, because, yeah, what? No, oh no. I really want Finn to take this.
Yeah, everybody look at your HP total right now. We're at level 1.
Keep this stuff away from me.
Crap. Fix that later. Are we all back?
Yes.
Here.
think we have Dude, but we're just waiting on X and Luna then.
I've said stuff.
I just don't know if you're ready, though.
So far, this group is gonna be fantastic. I love it already.
I feel like I did the wrong homework for today.
I do too. And I feel like there's one of you I should have interacted with way more and never realized it. And Jeff is giggling because he knows who.
I'm gonna have to do different homework for next week.
My homework is where my wife is at all times.
Hey. Don't come easy. Ready to get going? All right. Tommen, you were heading down to the High Walls district?
Yes, that's right. He's hoping to just mingle with Kyran refugees, figure out the situation, figure out if the city is doing anything for us. He's heard good things about the last remaining prince being a popular figure, but he doesn't think he's in the city right now.
Good guess. High Walls was a residential district, but it was converted into a virtual prison camp where foreign nationals could be kept away from the rest of Sharn. That's mostly been disbanded now that the war is over, but there's still more than a few fortified guard stations at strategic bridges in and out of the area. The populace here is mostly Kyran refugees who no longer have a country, and also people whose locals, Braylanders, whose villages or homes are destroyed and are borderline being held captive in High Walls. The gates are open, but guard posts are still remain. The war may be over for the moment, but the city council still has its suspicions and fears. Arriving into the district, Tom, and whatever you thought this place was going to be, it's actually a little worse. There's a lot of just rough tents or shanties clogging as much of the streets as they can. This district is so overpopulated and is a fire hazard waiting to happen.
Sounds about right.
But there is at least a little bit more of a community here. There are soup kitchens set up. There are people doing what they can to feed the district. At the very least, you're going to have something to eat tonight, even if you're not sure 100% what it is.
That sounds good to him. He'll start to mingle. I suppose a good place to start would be volunteering at the soup kitchen.
Right.
He's definitely going to start to talk to people. One important note is he's going to go out of his way not to mention his last name a lot. He's just going to introduce himself as Tommen because he's not interested in any family members he's not aware of, etc. Hello? Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Sorry, I heard you just calculating some stuff. Meanwhile, Finn's trying to find his old place.
Yes.
That's right. From here. Yeah, it's a. And I quote from the PM: "A rundown tenement with weird shit his wife used to decorate it."
Like little things like you would find thrown away, like old couches, paintings, like posters from things. Just all kinds of stuff is like all over it.
Do you have any idea what district this would be in?
This would definitely. This is definitely in Dragon Eyes. It's still in the red light district.
All right, this is probably one of the crummier looking buildings in the district, but it's there.
Oh god, yeah, it's run down as hell. Yeah, he's gonna not go to his home and knock on it. Because he doesn't have a key.
An elderly goblin woman opens up the door, like awkwardly tries to adjust her glasses to squint at him. Yes?
There was a woman that lived here before. Eleanor Highwater. Have you seen her?
No, I already get the newspaper.
No. I'm looking for my wife. It's a woman named Eleanor Highwater.
I don't have any knife.
My wife! Look, ma'am, looking for a woman, tall, dark hair, very pretty.
Oh, there's lots of those in this district.
Yes, but I'm looking for one in particular. He'll kind of describe what his wife looks like. Just like high cheekbones, blue eyes, long dark hair, pale skin, and he'll be like, I'm trying to find what happened to the person who lived here before.
You get like halfway through the description, and then like again, like this old elderly goblin woman like is adjusting her very thick glasses, trying to even see Finn at this distance, and realize, yeah, trying to go by looks isn't going to help me at all here.
What happened to the woman who lived here last?
Oh, I don't know, dearie.
How long have you lived here?
2 months now. It
I
was a
thought that
harpy that lived here before.
A what?
Harpy?
That's not good. I'm going to go back to where I used to work in the bordello and start asking questions. Off to the whorehouse.
That's your solution to everything.
It really is.
Back to Shoshana and Magnum. At long last, after a long and exhausting walk across town, you arrive in Overlook.
Yeah, I don't need to really convince anyone that I look pitiful and lost, because I look pitiful and lost. I'm going to the temple.
Which temple is that?
The Temple of the Path of Light.
Overlook is one of the largest residential districts in Sharn. The remarkably bland stonework creates a vast gray vista that can be disconcerting. The Irtain family who built it was interested in getting the most for their gold, and aesthetics were not a concern. The area offers a breathtaking view of the Dagger River and the surrounding countryside. In this district, the Clasher constructed a shrine of Ilyana, the Path of Light, which occupies a small parapet at the top of a tall tower. From the breathtaking views to the Sarlonen incense that scents the air, the shrine radiates a calm, otherworldly peace.
Is there priest or any monks there that tend to it regularly?
Yeah, there'll always be somebody on hand.
I've definitely been to a few services now and then while I lived in Sharn. Not regular, just occasional nostalgia.
Yeah.
So I will enter with still trailing Mag.
By this time of day, it's getting pretty quiet in here. It doesn't look like there's any major services involved, but there are a few monks peacefully meditating.
I'm just gonna join. I'm just gonna find a, clear patch of floor to sit after walking literally across the city. And I'm just gonna breathe. Meg, I can't wait to see what you do with this.
Picture.
I'm patient, but at any point, does it seem like there's a clergy member not
In one of the
actively engaged in meditation? They're just like going around doing something that I won't be interrupting quite as badly as if I tap on someone's shoulder who's meditating.
in one of the times where Magnum gets up and walks around, like he finally gets annoyed, gets up and turns around, and like immediately behind him, there is this guy who looks approximately 10,000 years old. That's just been like standing there as though he was waiting for Magnum to get up and turn around to look at him. Greetings, my child.
I look up at this point.
You look up. This gentleman is sitting cross-legged, but he is floating in the air.
Excellent. Great. Perfect. I stand up and I'm just like, forgive him, brother. We're seeking refuge.
So I'm just trying to find some cooler music.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's nice and spooky.
Holy shit.
We all seek refuge from a great many things.
This is unfortunately more of a literal refuge. I've only just returned to the city after some time away and found that my home no longer exists.
He again, like it's gets this appealing that like with what you're saying, like he's just old enough that he's got to like think on it much longer. But he finally does reply. The shrine of Ilnana is open to all who follow the path of light. He says, taking a long, hard look over at Magnum.
I just kind of adjust the crystal chain around my neck to be slightly more visible.
You get the feeling that he knows who you are. It just seems that Magnum is going to be a sticking point.
I found myself in similar circumstances in Fairhaven these past few years, and my friend has been of great aid to me and my safety through that time. I promised him shelter when we returned to Sharn, and now I cannot offer it.
Give me a DC 12 persuasion check. Oh, snap.
Crushed it. Thank God.
Seems to be thinking, but he's quiet long enough that you're curious if he's fallen asleep. But he finally does bring his eyes back open and looks over at Shoshana. The temple is not equipped to house people, but you may stay here for the night if it will help you.
It would, thank you. I'm happy to lend my hands in any way that you may require. I am trained.
You've traveled far. Rest for now. Again, like it's mostly just like a shrine and a very, I can't think of the word. There's more incense than food here, is the point.
Yeah.
But you're able to like get enough that you're not gonna starve, but it's still
Yeah.
not like a whole. And then
We're still roughing it, but we're not in
Yeah.
fucking high walls. So.
Yeah, you're sleeping on prayer mats on stone floor. Like there's not
That's
even like
fine
the
with me.
dignity of a pew.
Yeah, that's good.
I kind of picture it more like Buddhisty.
Yeah, rice bowls and tea. Oh yeah, that's the college diet right there.
Just there's some poor guy like meditating, and Magnum leans over to him. So, is incense edible or what? Meditate harder. Meditate. All right. I think the only one that does not have a confirmed place to rest for the night is Finn,
Yes.
who is
Heading to the,
he's heading to
heading to the bordel. Bordello.
bordello.
Where he used to work.
Um, oh, come on. I know I put this in here somewhere.
Good. I don't even know what it is, but good.
Oh, I know. Come on. So what's the name of the bordello you used to work at?
Let me see if I can find it. If not, I'll just come up with something off the top of my head.
The Prancing Pony.
There we go.
It's got a
Why
whole new
not?
meaning.
The Pillow Trolls.
Wait. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. There was one good one that I really wanted to use. Battle Mountain. There you go.
Battle Mountain. Oh no.
Remember,
Oh,
that's the
no.
name of a real one. I am a barbarian, okay?
It looks like American Gladiators inside. Those questions will not be answered tonight.
Yes, I will. I have the wiki. That is a real brothel in Nevada.
So
I'm so glad
Yeah,
other people are citing obscure Wikipedia pages as part of their backstory.
So Finn desperately storms, heads over to the Battle Mountain brothel, only to be stopped at the door by a very large-looking human, sharply dressed, who just looks at him. 8 copper cover charge.
I know I used to work here, and I need to speak to someone.
Your name's not on the list.
My name was on the list.
What's your name?
Finn Highwater.
It's not on the list.
Rosalie Flowers.
Yeah, he's not even looking at the list.
Finn's gonna take the list and
Luna
throw
got it. Luna got it. This guy seems unimpressed by Finn.
Finn is desperate at this point. He is going to walk around the back of the brothel and try to get in a window.
Oh. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Dearie, dearie. Um,
I'm a desperate man. I can't find my wife. I can't find my boss. Both of my lovers are missing, and I
So-
have only a whorehouse. And they
so
won't let me in.
the windows are going to be locked. The ones that are
They're gonna be-
easily accessible from like the scaffolding around the building. Do you have any way of getting through that?
Okay. I'm going to knock on the window and try to get to one of the girls' attention.
There's a couple of knocks on the window. Again, like everything's curtained. There's no obviously like windows looking in. Nobody replies.
Damn it! Can I break the window?
Really?
I'm a desperate man. I will go to every window in the back of this building and knock on it. Or go to the back door and try and break in anything I can.
About like the time like the third window you're knocked on, two very large men come out to investigate. They
Do
don't
I
seem
recognize-
happy.
Do I recognize either of them?
No.
God damn it! I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna walk away casually and go back and sleep in front of the cafe against the building.
I'm just picturing this like poor dog that's waiting for its owner to come back out of the store.
Pretty much.
Uh, oh boy.
Oh dear God, what now?
Nothing.
Oh no. Don't nothing me.
Do you do anything for food? Because it has been a little while since you ate.
It's the back of a little cafe. Of course I do something for food. If I have to, I'll fish out of the damn trash. I don't give a shit.
Raccoon fin.
Yeah, I'll try and rob the trash cans of anything I can find to snack on that looks halfway decent. And then I'll go back and sit out front. If they run me
All
off, I'll
right.
start looking around the bars again for my wife.
Give me a DC 12 Constitution check.
Oh, poor baby. What have I done to you? Okay.
Hey. Despite the terrible conditions, you were able to awkwardly sort of find a fairly quiet section, get just enough day-old bagels that you don't take a level of exhaustion.
This is my city. I know how to survive in it.
Everybody else was able to find at least some lodgings for the night. Those of you who need to sleep anyway.
I thought feel like I should have clarified that. So they not only had food, but they also had lodging, just like crammed together bunks, I assume.
Yeah, like it's crappy, but like it's just like refugee tents.
Am I likely to like get a disease here or something?
No, it's not that bad, but it is just like I don't want to come back here tomorrow. uh, but at long last, morning comes. What are you guys up to?
I'm getting like crack of dawn. I'm up.
Oh,
I'm with Mag, and we're going to get our fucking shit back.
as soon as daybreak, if Finn doesn't have to fight a raccoon to get a bagel out again of the trash, he's going back to get his shit.
Before daybreak, Tommen is going to go out to check in on a place that he thought was available, but when he gets there, it's a burger lord. And he doesn't have any money. So he's gonna go to the Tower of Justice.
God damn it, these things are everywhere.
It's the same Lord Jeff.
God.
The people Ivy was with seemed to think that going to a certain place in a certain area was a good idea to get things back, so she heads that direction too.
The Druid Circle has had a long conversation about this, and we've come to the agreement. Things are good. Sure, I got everything prepared.
Tower of Justice, or is there a place to wait for it to open?
Hang on. Of course, I gotta hide the map somewhere on myself. Even though it's an obvious one that I really need it. Where'd you go? Come on. Okay. The picture changed on me. It's right. Just taking a second to get everything ready here.
Finn's two versions of surprise. There you go. That's the element of surprise for Finn.
If you guys want to put your tokens down along the bottom of the map.
Melee attack, or
Sorry, what'd you say, dude?
Yes, he's always in the corner.
He's got all these raccoon
future,
claw marks on
Shauna.
his face.
You
Bruce is
done a
because
bit of
he's been
redecorating
punched
at your
several
place.
times.
I barely recognized it.
Sorry, dude, what were you saying?
He was in front of Shoshana and comment on the Burger Lord.
Oh, ouch.
Shoshana just gives him a look like, don't.
Dude, you're cutting out.
Maybe if I just move closer, is that any better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Sorry. He's just as Phineas gets closer, I guess he'll move to the other side of Shoshana.
You'll just hear Finn giggle. I don't know why I make you so nervous.
Alright, I'm inside checking this shit. What is going on here with them?
Who are you insight checking for what?
You have no idea.
Oh.
What? I know I'm attractive, but you don't have to run away from me every time.
Excuse me?
What were you saying, dude? I can't hear you.
I don't know why I keep cutting out. He doesn't say anything. He's
sorry.
just when he gets approached, when Phineas gets really close, he backs away.
I'll kind of be. I'm very, I'm tall, but very slender. It looks like a stiff breeze could knock me over, but I'm being a human shield for Talman right now. Just kind of
How tall are you?
being a
How
wall.
tall are, how tall
5'10".
are you? You'll see Finn. You'll see Finn just look up at you because he's 5'4". I don't mean any harm. I've not even touched the man. I saved his life.
That's
Talking
probably
about
why.
on the boat with the
On the boat with
Yes, with the men shaking you down. Oops.
Sorry, everyone, I dropped. Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Sorry about that. Just when Phineas mentions that he saved his life, he's going to I don't think the Sharn guard would have actually pushed me off the edge, but I mean, thank you both for sticking up for me. Yeah.
Gave you my word.
The Hall of Justice, like I said, is an imposing castle-like building. This is basically the public offices of the Sharn Watch. They always seem to be open. There's people and officers going in and out. Some people in handcuffs. Front door is right there.
Do you have the receipt still?
Yep.
All right, he'll push the door open.
It's a small entrance hallway, but very ornately decorated with statues and marble flooring. Sitting behind the desk is busily filling out some paperwork.
He'll walk up and try to get her attention.
Morning, Thierry. How can I help you?
Good morning. We're hoping to collect some goods that were confiscated yesterday during a completely normal investigation as we were landing.
Do you have a receipt?
I have
Yes, we
placed
do.
on the desk.
She slides it over to her, like she has to like get up and like stretch out and pull it to herself,
Oh, I'll
and then yeah.
sure she gets it.
Calls another one of the civilian workers in the station, hands them the slip, and they go off. They'll be just a minute.
Of course, of course. Is everyone else staying outside at this time?
Well, they're not just standing there, arms spread out, preventing all people from acting. Yeah.
Hey, take the other bitch. We can both stretch out in our bisexual lounging together. Wait, you were what? Oh, okay.
Say that
Oh,
5
do you
times
still have
fast.
that thing? Real quick, do you have that thing still following you? The shadow. The little dark magic. Okay. Do you either way, Finn will immediately walk around all the way around to the other side, like and slightly humming to himself the whole time.
After a few minutes, the office worker returns, planting a wooden box with paint stenciled in, just saying "Sharn Watch" on the side. The goblin behind the desk looks it over. Yeah, case 1135. Here's all the compensated goods from the passengers. And quickly looking through it, you guys are a little disappointed.
What's missing?
There are 2 daggers, a silky red dress,
Ooh, yes. I'll take it. It's mine.
Worth noting is one of the
it's
daggers.
literally mine. One dagger should be mine, I think.
An empty backpack, a disguise kit,
I take that.
a tinder box, a rapier, a priest's kit, a jacket with House Lyrander markings on it, and what was the last one here? Roll again. An ink pen. And hold up.
Finn's gonna look over and go, the dire flail. The big stick with big balls on it. Where is it?
17 gold coins.
Oh no. And my tire flew.
Wrong case.
Lily looks at the paperwork attached to the box again, and she says, "This is everything we got."
None of these are even our items.
No, the red dress is mine.
Is it actually? Like, I'm asking out of character. I'm a little
Yes.
confused right now. Are any of these
Yes,
ours?
it's mine.
Is the other stuff ours, or is it just random crap?
Some of you might recognize the dagger or being yours. One of you Shoshana, I think that's your rapier.
Yeah, I guess.
So it's just the same stuff, but some stuff is missing. It's not random stuff was added.
Some random stuff was added.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'll take the priest kit. It's mine now.
Priest kit, like nobody recognizes whose priest kit that was.
It's mine now. At least I have
Chance-
seven rules
Chances
to
are they didn't steal it. It's probably just like got thrown off a bridge somewhere. They couldn't even be bothered to enter it into evidence. They could. There was no scalpel in there.
What I'm gonna inspect the priest kit. Is it to a specific faith? In fact, like, you know, we've all seen each other's underwear at this point, so there's no reason to hold anything back. I would have been traveling with literally a symbol of every faith. Everyone. How many of those are in there? And which ones? Nothing. They're all gone.
It's a kit that belongs to a priest of the Silver Flame.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay. Well, I got one back.
And where would lost items be found at?
Well, she like hesitates with her answer, and she leans in and gets more of a whisper. If it was entered in here and it's not here, I don't know if you're gonna get it back. And then she like
Is there
immediately like
someone-
withdraws into her chairs and like looks around. Who said that? What? Who would do that? Oh,
See, you've made the poor thing upset. We've got to find his stuff.
We'll get you better ones, Meg. I didn't lose everything. I can still find work with what I've got.
Did they ever find anything with the investigation?
Lily looks at the paperwork again and says, it hasn't been closed. I can tell you that. As you're talking about this, the side door opens here. It's a door that just has the label Commander written on it. And a woman steps out. Lily, do you have any blank Form 98s? And the goblin like ducks beneath the desk to pick out a few.
Jermaine. That's the name, isn't it?
The woman blinks and finally like looks over at the group. And it takes like she does a double take. Shoshana?
Just a very small smile.
How are you doing? Yeah, I did. Wow.
Glad to see you made it.
Yeah, she's got a couple of fresh scars since you've seen her last.
Yeah, I'm, trying not to be rude, but I'm definitely like, oh my god.
Yeah. Everyone else who is just seeing this one for the first time, there is a particularly rough wound along her neck. You can't imagine what that looked like fresh, like how she avoided being decapitated. Her voice is obviously harsh and still affected by it. Otherwise, she's wearing the uniform of one of the officers of the watch. High ranking, too.
Put my hands on her shoulders, because, wow.
Yeah, I know. It's not pretty.
It's remarkable.
What are you doing in Sharn?
Coming home. Trying to. We, all of us, ran into some bad luck on arrival. We're missing several things.
She looks over at Lily behind the desk, and Lily just like holds up the emptied crate of confiscated goods. And Jermaine nods in understanding. I don't think you're gonna get those back.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
But
Dire flow.
What'd you say?
Sword. It just goes. That was my dire flow. I had to work hard to get that.
it's just harder to get a fresh start from nothing. Don't suppose you'd know where we could start.
She opens her mouth to say something immediately, but then like stops, second guesses a bit, and she looks over at Ivy in particular. Is that your Warforged? And then like she catches herself and she like waves a hand dismissively, like kind of rolling her eyes. Are you friends with that Warforged?
We find ourselves in similar circumstances.
I got a bit of work for you if you guys want. 10 gold a pop.
Doing what particularly?
She nods her head. Come on, step into my office.
Before we leave, did we finish splitting up everything in the box? I don't think.
I don't think we did.
Oh, we super did not. I was like,
Yes, it would have been. At least two.
Just looking at the weapons, but I actually can't use any of these weapons. So, is it,
dagger?
is a dagger a simple weapon? No.
Yeah.
Never mind then. If they're both claimed.
I had one of the daggers.
I had a dagger, but for flavor, I've been calling it a scalpel on my sheet. But if that's not there, it's not mine, so someone else can have it.
It's a simple weapon, though. I thought it was a martial weapon.
Daggers? No, they're simple.
All right, he can use a dagger. Yeah, if he'll take 5 gold if there's any left, so he can get his ID fixed.
I'll take 3 if I can get a hold of it.
Yeah, I don't go for any gold.
Finn will slap your hand to take at least 2 for Ivy.
Can someone?
I mean, she wasn't reaching for any, so.
Yeah, the girls are
I know.
cool.
That's why Finn took it for you.
there's this awkward slap fight over the box, and Lily pulls it away. If you guys are gonna fight over it, I'm gonna take your toys away.
I'm a barbarian. That is true.
I think the only item of value was the rapier.
That's mine. I have it.
All right, got it.
Ivy, I will hand you 2 gold that I stole for you.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody goes into her office. Otherwise, Jermaine slips behind her desk. Again, very nicely appointed office too. Like she was like a lower ranking NCO when you saw her last. Now she's like watch commander. Shit, she's moving up.
I'm looking around, happy for her.
I don't have a lot of time on this one, so I'll get down to business fast on you. I got an appointment with another Warforged down in High Walls. Got some information on a case going on. But the Warforged has decided to hold up in a Warforged bar. Those are a thing now. So if I just walk in by myself, it's going to look a little obvious.
Does the Warforge have a designation?
Coal. That's about all I know about it. I just need someone to go down there, take a statement, bring it back.
I think I can manage that.
Your friend's all in on it, though? And she
Sounds
asked,
like
like,
a-
are they all in on it? Basically, she's asking, like,
Oh,
can
no.
they be trusted? Again.
Aye.
They'll get it done.
She reaches into her desk drawer and pulls out some paper, which she just quickly writes down some notes and then hands over to you guys. Congratulations, you're deputized for the next 24 hours.
Let it go to my head.
And as she just about when somebody tries to take it, she pulls it back. No, there's no badges. And no, this does not mean you get to break whatever law you want.
Now, why would you think that would be breaking the law? We're all law-abiding citizens here.
she just glares over at Finn like, yeah, sure. But
Okay.
reassured, she hands the writ back over. Name's Cole, hiding out in a place called Cog Carnival.
That's gotta be a strip club, right? Like,
Yes,
Yeah,
I've been
but
meaning
I
to
know.
ask, what do Warforged do at a bar for Warforged?
She again, she opens her mouth to reply and then like thinks better of it and just sort of like, you know what? You guys got to see this one yourself.
Would I know? Would I know?
Not, you probably wouldn't.
Damn! Now I'm very curious. Now I have to do this. And should we be expecting any trouble while we're there? Because if so, we're mostly unarmed because our things were lost.
Always expect trouble in Sharn. Honestly, like every day with this place. If you need any equipment, let Lily know on your way out. We've got a frankly absurd amount of military surplus on our hands.
I'll do that.
it's appreciated.
Good to see you, Shoshana.
You too, Jermaine. And thank you.
Good luck.
We'll bring back good news. I'll stand and again kind of usher Mag out. I know he's down a dagger at least, so I have all the equipment I need, but I'll kind of nudge him up to the desk.
Yeah, Finn's gonna lean across the desk and go, "We were told to ask you for weapons since ours was lost, so we can do a job for you."
Oh, come on. This way. And she hops off this incredibly high chair and starts heading down the hallway. Yeah. Ever since the war ended, they've got so much leftover swords and armor. They just keep dumping it on us as though we're going to be able to use any of it. If you can afford it, you're better off buying a new one. This area opens up to appears to be a checkpoint, as well as the drunk tank. Currently, there's nobody in there. Well, this is just the drunk tank, not the actual prison. Roger Dodger? No, he was in jail because they thought he was a serial killer. The legend of Roger Dodger lives on. But Lily just has to like hop up and like pull herself up so that her head peeks above the counter. Hey, Maxie, set these fellas up, huh? Oh, yeah. God, I got so much of this stuff. So,
Jeez.
yeah, basically, this guy just has a barrel of stuff. Here's a little factor that I've added into the game. So, yeah. Basically, you can buy anything as military surplus, and it costs half.
We're not
But
buying ammo, right?
no, like anything you want right now is free. Like it says, this stuff is not particularly good quality.
That is fine. I would very much like a hand crossbow.
So you guys can equip yourself as you need, but just be sure to like when you add this to your sheet, write like surplus in brackets. And
I'm getting
when you take anything, roll a d20.
Oh, no.
each thing you take.
Is it just arms?
An armor too.
Okay. So if you take 2 things, you roll 2 d20?
Yes, please.
I'm looking up.
I'm going to assume that if you roll, like you're going to take like weapons first and then armored. If you have to like call out what one's what.
Okay.
Hey, not 20!
Oh
I got
crap!
the goddamn crossbow! I got a hand crossbow and studded leather armor.
Hand
I
crossbow.
want a whip and
What did
and
Ivy
and
get?
a
Sorry, real
flail.
quick. What did Ivy get?
A quarterstaff and a wooden shield.
I don't even believe you guys did this. So like again, like this guy just basically throws like a heap of weapons at you, and you're just allowed to pick through the pile. Shoshana, you find like digging through it like a +1 crossbow, but you notice like it's of exceptionally good quality. This is a +1 hand crossbow.
Hell yeah!
Ivy, again, like you've got a wooden shield. It's emblazoned with a Chiron officer's symbol, and yeah, it's a +1 wooden shield.
God, it would have been so much better to get +1 armor, but whatever.
More than just 2 items.
You guys can take again whatever you want out of its arms, arcane foci, and
Yeah, arcane
armor.
foci.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
that's in the mix
right.
too.
I'll need a focus. He took my fucking. It was a +1 focus. Let's see.
I will roll for hand axe, then studded level. Bleh. Hand axe, then studded leather armor, then. I actually don't need a focus, but I'll get these 2 first. Hand axe.
Oh, actually, I'm
Uh,
going to also take a blowgun and studded leather.
You know what? I don't think I need to focus. No, I'm just gonna use components for now.
Sorry, Erica, you got a quarterstaff and a wooden shield?
Yes.
The quarterstaff is also of actually apparently solid quality. It is not subject to the surplus trait. So you got the best roll you probably could have gotten.
Tommen's gonna go for a. Oh, sorry. Tommen's going to go for a hand crossbow as well.
Guys, god damn it. Guys. Yeah, apparently there was like a pair of like lovingly ornately designed hand crossbows in the pile. A lot of this stuff is like has like House Cannith markings, or some of it has like national markings, and you get the feeling like some of this is just like captured in the field and then like stored in a warehouse, and nobody knew what to
None
do with it, so they just
offense.
dumped it.
None of Finn's will have the markings of House Cannith on it. None of it.
Finn, roll for arcane focus.
You can take my 17 if you want, because I said I was looking for one and decided against it. I could just hand it to you.
That doesn't count.
Ah! Hey!
Yeah. Again, any stuff that unless I say it's not surplus, please add surplus to the item on your menu, because you will be. It's crap. It's crap. Sorry, Finn. What did you roll for?
A studded leather armor and a blowgun.
All right. The blowgun
Sure.
is of standard quality.
Yeah.
And has the markings of House Cannith.
God damn it! I'll take it anyway. But I'm not gonna enjoy it.
I've adjusted my AC and I've added surplus studded leather armor to the inventory, and now I'm just trying to double check. When wearing surplus armor, the armor will lose 1 AC when a nat 20 successfully lands. So that's something I'll have to pay attention for.
Yeah, we'll do our best to try to figure this one out. I was just. Yeah, this might be a mechanic I drop eventually if it's something that we realize is incredibly unwieldy or uninteresting.
I like it.
I assume it'll probably be dropped naturally by the fact of acquiring better weapons.
Tommen holds up his crossbow by Shoshana's crossbow, and he just. If anyone catches his face, he's lost his smile, the color is drained from his face, and he's just giving her a look like, you know, it fucking figures, doesn't it? And then he's just gonna walk away.
Shoshana just shakes her head slightly like, oh god. Mr. Patch.
Never mind. I actually have better AC without the armor. Damn. I'll go out with armor. I don't either now.
This armor that I'm wearing loses AC every time it gets hit with a 20. It has base +2, and then it gets 2 more because of my dexterity, but that to me reads that it has 2 good hits and that it's done.
Yeah, basically. You might
know what?
notice
I'm
like it
also
has
gonna-
like it has like obvious battle scars already like on some of the plates, or has like it's faded, but except for like where the unit identification markings were.
Before we go,
It might have some. Sorry, I keep interrupting people. I don't mean to.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Keep going.
It might have, if you look on the inside, it has like somebody's name written in it of who the previous owner was.
I'm gonna whisper a question. So
I want to see if my blowgun has that on it.
No.
Of course. Okay, well.
Ring the circle? Damn it.
What was that for?
That was for I'm also stealing a glaive. Like I'm a
Everybody-
runner, not a weapon.
Everybody, has what they got. They head out, and then at the last second, like Finn runs back in, takes one of the biggest weapons, and then runs back.
No, that tracks. That tracks.
That glaive has the markings of the Church of the Silver Flame on it and is of standard quality.
Yes.
Of course, you guys rolled amazingly on this.
Well, you took away all our shit.
You
Yeah,
stole my tire flail. You
This is
get
what's
what you
called
get.
karma against the Dungeon Master.
God.
At least I got my red dress back.
And I think at that point, we'll probably call it for tonight.
Yeah, but I want to see what this Warforged bar is like.
Tune in next week.
Do we level up?
No.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, dude. Thanks for coming along.
I'm talking to the recording.
Oh.
Oh, bye,
Good night, recording. Good night, recording.
Good night, good recording.
Future us.
Good night, 3 views on YouTube.